back to Grind 22 on Hello Deneb, and it is the first time that we have encountered one of the new invited players. He's online right now. We've had a bit of a conversation, and all seems well. He's chosen, I believe, this corner up here. I think so. Yep, there's some supply rigs going right there. I think he has to deal with the cavern that's still exposed in that direction. Aha, Belly 391. Yeah, he probably also fell victim to the whole... Oh, he's underground. Didn't realize that his login name would also be his in-game name thing like I did. Otherwise, I'd have picked Jet, if it had been available, I'm sure. So I'm going to talk more today about education, though today I think it's going to be more about how I'd like to see it, and less me complaining and whining about my personal experience, wherein I was complicit in some of the problems I had. But it is safe to say right now that American education is crap. Okay? It's not 100% crap, but there is a lot of room for improvement. And I think part of that has to start very... Oh, excuse me. A little bit of an air swallowing going on here. Here we go. The question is, do I want to... I already have... My Fortune 3 is on its last legs. I did repair it one more time at a great expense. But do I really want to bother enchanting a chestplate when I don't have... I have these two now. But I want Silk Touch. These two didn't really come out very well, but +6, +5, +7. I see. Okay. I threw this together. I made it, and then I found an Infinity book, and I put it on, and I'm under attack. Where did you come from? I think they can still spawn on tops of the towers, but these towers are not complete, so I haven't bothered much. I'm just afraid if I spend my 30 levels on this, I'll end up with something either not good, decent, or either not good or decent but not what I'm looking for, because I already have one of the things I'm looking for. But then again, this is one of the most important items I can have. I didn't even wake up my cat doing that. Okay, so that's really awesome. I'm going to stick it in here, where it will do little harm. And what I'm going to do... Actually, no, I'm going to bring it with me. Actually, no, I'm going to use up the old one. Whoa. I'm going to give this one away. Calixnar keeps losing all his stuff, and I want him to play long enough that he gets comfortable with how the game works so that he doesn't die all the time and I don't have to help him out. But this would help him out a lot, especially if he finds diamonds. They would build up and he'd have a supply so that when he does lose stuff, it won't be forever. Oh, that's mine. I can't help him with that. He's doing all right. He's doing all right. Boing. Okay. All right. So, in exchange, however, I will take some paper weed since it regrows. Okay, good enough. Education. That's what I said I would talk about, right? Well, to that end, there is this what's called RSA Animate series. I'll provide a link, assuming I remember to do so. Let's see, it's 12:57 now, so let's not go past 12:15, which means I have to be more organized than I typically am. Okay, well, beyond that, I also want to collect some supplies, so let's go do that. Maybe it'll be nice and boring. And I agree with it almost completely. Essentially, insofar as... let me do this. What is this? Yep. Okay, so let's see. What am I doing? Efficiency. Okay. I wish it would tell me. Okay, this one. I want to keep going down. Oh, I'm nearly down far enough as it is. All right, let's do this. 12, yeah, 13 is easy. Let's just keep going. Okay, guys, so one of the things it goes on about is how one of the major errors that our education system has right now is the propensity for lumping all kids together according to their date of manufacture. Basically, I was born between this set of months and this set of months, and so I'm obviously have equal needs and equal capacity to all the other kids in the same bracket. And you know what? Statistically, probably they will fall within an acceptable range of each other. So that's not entirely untrue, but it is untrue enough that it is doing harm both to the students and the teachers. Ooh. I love this. I love these night visions. So, ooh. Basically, let's see if I can express this well. Not all kids are good at the same things. Not all kids are the same horsepower. You know, that's what I consider IQ to be, is horsepower. Someone with 90 IQ, which is, slightly below average, and 120 IQ, somewhat above average, they can technically learn all the same things. But as with, a Smart 4.2 and a 400 horsepower Mustang or whatever, it's really about how fast they get there. They can get to the same places. They just need a certain different amount of time and resources to do the job. That's it. I'm sure there are IQ levels above or below you can get to where this comparison starts to fall short, but for the most part, 99% of people are going to fall into this range. And it's a matter of speed. And it's not just that, but there's also the matter of it's not strictly they're all good and bad at exactly the same things. People have different areas in which they are good. Some are mathematically more inclined, others are literarily more inclined. Both of those things are important and valuable. And so school systems need to be able to detect and address this. And for the most part, they don't try. And I'm not going to exactly blame the schools because the whole system is based on this, and they're trying to survive within the system as it is. So I don't want to blame anybody. However, we do have a problem. Okay, so it does need to be addressed. Let me go back upstairs. Now, I think the solution is, well, actually, before I go too much further with that, I want to say what kids are good at actually is shaped in their earliest years. There may even be a genetic component to it, but it is largely, I believe, shaped. And it's shaped by their experiences in their very earliest years. And there is science to back this up. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of it, so I'll have a difficult time linking you to it. Ooh. But basically, there are, and the thing is, this is going to sound bad, but it's not. There are brain washes that occur roughly every 7 years. Oh my God, look at this. Watch it. What? I don't hear any magma. Tell me. 9, okay. Man. Is that the right axe? Yeah, it is. Wow, that was a really unlucky break. So I keep getting distracted by shiny things. I'm schmott. Oh, God. So... Oh, hell, I don't care. I have a lot of redstone. I hear something. It sounded like it was off that way. And I hear water as well. I'm lucking out. See, this is what I'm hoping will happen for Kalixnar. He'll start lucking out with that thing I gave him, and he'll have such a buffer with valuable supplies that he won't stop playing if he loses some. Now it's starting to sound like it's this way. Oh! I saw that coming. And now I have to be distracted again while I deal with whatever's through here. Okay, nothing much over there. Ooh. Thank you for stepping in the way. Ooh, got him. Ooh. Bonus I almost said banana. Man. Oh, God, I have to collect my thoughts again. I am so distractible. I really am. That is definitely one of my weak points as a human being. I cannot multitask to save the world. If I had to multitask to save the world would end. So, basically, to a certain extent, forward-looking parents should, and granted, you could say, well, what about the child's freedom? But at the very least, the parent should try to push their kids in certain directions. Like, a good way to be mathematically inclined is to do some math very early in age. Oh, the brain stuff. That's right. I'm sorry. Every 7 years, roughly, give or take, a few months, the brain does something. It releases this chemical, and it sort of wipes away certain buildups, but at the same time, it sets something in stone that will not change for that person pretty much for the rest of their life. And I can't remember, but I think the first one, between 0 and 7, is going to deal with their personality. So by that point, their personality at 7 is kind of pretty much for the rest of their life set in stone, unless they have some sort of terrible accident which changes their brain. And that actually has happened. Let me see if I can get rid of anything. Yes, I can. Okay. And then from... I can't remember. The one between 14 and 21 was important, but I can't remember what it is. But from 7 to 14 is the age bracket that's largely going to determine what you're going to spend the rest of your life being good at. Being, when they say, oh, you're a natural at music or a natural at math or reading or whatever, that's because you did it fairly extensively between 7 and 14 years. Whoa! Well, that's my halfway point. Oh. One more of these and I have to quit for the day. All right, so I think it's actually important the education recognize this biological factoid and try to plan accordingly by introducing kids to second languages and math and sciences and music and things like programming and algorithmic thinking and stuff early, so that they will then be able to proceed through the rest of their life being a quote-unquote natural at it, having it as a talent as opposed to something they have to do but absolutely hate, which is oftentimes the case because our education system right now has failed to do this. Bear with me. This is looking like a ravine. So that's a caveat I want to put in front. That said, and maybe this is complementary with it or will be complication, but schools need to put kids into classes according to what they're ready for and not according to their age. So, gosh, give me a second, guys. So basically, all right, I'll do that then. So basically, this is sort of how it is in late high school and college. You sign up for the courses you want to sign up for, or of course, are required as prerequisites. But that notwithstanding, it should start from the very beginning. do you have an aptitude in math? Well, you advance to math 2 instead of you test out of math 1, go on to math 2, and you get shot in the butt. But you're not forced to be there according to what age you happen to be. This way, this serves the needs of both the student and the teacher. Because, you can say, well, there are teachers who don't care, and that's kind of true, but to the most part, the teachers who don't care kind of don't care because they're burnt out. They've had it. They're fed up. They're overstretched. If you think about a teacher who's in a classroom full of 30 or 40 kids, which is not uncommon these days, who are absolutely everywhere on the spectrum, from very talented on the topic that's being taught to very untalented on the topic that's being taught. That teacher has the responsibility of trying to meet all of their needs. And when it proves that it's physically impossible to do, absolutely, completely impossible, they either burn out or they abandon some of the students. And then you wonder why some students are like problem children and stuff like that. It's because the system's ignoring them. And oftentimes, these are some of the more talented kids who the teacher cannot keep up with. And if they try to, would have to abandon the whole rest of the class. So you can see how... Will this even work? No, it won't. Crap. You can see how very quickly this becomes sort of... I don't know. It could maybe even be called a death trap to a certain extent. For the kids, for the teacher. It just doesn't add up. So it is actually, I think, really important to ensure that you put kids in the class only when they're ready for it. That way the teacher, that means right away that the student is ready for it, but also ready to be challenged by it, so they stay interested. But at the same time, the teacher doesn't have to try to teach 40 different kids at 40 different skill levels. Instead, they can teach 40 kids at 1 or 2 skill levels, and so they don't get stressed out. They can actually give every student the level of attention they need, stuff like that. I think it's really important, and it's not happening right now. And it should start like from the very beginning. Now, aside from that, what can I lose? I have enough bones for now, and I do want to explore this way. Please die. Thank you. So, all that said, I do think also, in my personal experience, I think I should not have gone to college right away. I think I should have gone, and I should have finished, and because as of this point, I haven't finished. I'm doing well in my career because, in part, I was doing my career before I finished school, and I have sort of proven myself through work. But I would really rather have had also the degree, as at least to make myself feel better about it, but also make others who might want to employ me feel better about it. Because while I have a good working career, it's still a big question mark. Okay, why don't you have a degree? I mean, it's even to the extent where I may have to consider my only alternative if I want to advance beyond where I am now is to do my own thing. And that's risky. Maybe a good risk, but it's risky nevertheless. Come on. There you go. Oh, I was still holding it. I didn't realize that mattered. Okay, so that said, what I think would be important is that you actually require that students, unless they can demonstrate that they're already highly propelled in the direction... Whoa! Okay, you're not here. You're up there. Okay. Unless they can demonstrate that they're already highly propelled in a direction, a well-organized direction that they fully intend to go, they should actually be required not to go to college immediately, but maybe take between 1 and 2 years off to think or to work. Like, get into... Actually, right now, Israel has this thing, I believe, where they have mandatory military service. I think it's only 2 years. But they have it nevertheless. And the idea is... Oh, I don't know about the idea. They just have a small population and a large needs, and so it's probably partly related to that. I won't speak for Israel. But in our case, I'm suggesting that you do serve, and not necessarily in military, but you serve in a menial job, or in the military, or like in National Guard, or like Rescue Corps, or any number of 1,000 things that are all pertinent to the economy or to personal growth. So that A, you have a sector who's serving, and I would say, I'm not saying for free, they should be paid, as everyone should be for work. How did I get in here? I don't think it was this far. Well, it was pretty close to this far along. Was it up there? But the point really isn't, I mean, it's to get some service out of them and maybe even instill a sense of duty to your community, which is something that's sorely lacking right now. Did I come in on this side? I don't... Well, this is most confusing. Oh my gosh. So, but the point is, one thing a lot of people I have seen, like I went to school already knowing what I wanted to do, and then the school did not give a crap, and they didn't help me, and I wasn't wise enough to appreciate how some of the things they were going to teach me would actually still be useful. So I didn't pay enough attention. I was way too interested in my own thing without appreciating some of the tasks I'd have to accomplish to get there. Where is the exit? Oh, and my time is just about up. Crap. I still have some visual ability here, but I'm going to hide for a second. So, the idea is... No, well, to finish the point, a lot of people who did graduate, still, they left school not having a clue what they wanted to do. All they knew was, I'm supposed to go to college. I'm supposed to get a degree. I kind of like this, but I don't have a goal in mind. I was probably 2 out of 3 students that I encountered while at college. And a lot of them who have these degrees that I don't have are not doing half as well as I am. So, which isn't to say I'm doing well. I'm doing well enough. I'll just put it that way. But the idea, I think, behind forcing people who are not yet ready to go back to school to do something constructive in the meantime is, at the very least, show them what it is they do not want to do. I don't want to work at flipping burgers. I don't want to, there are some people who do want to help elderly people. There are others who don't have the patience for it. That's not for them. Or they don't want to be in, maybe they go out and work on the campaign for a local politician or something. And they discover, oh, I hate that, or oh, I love that. And then they go to school with this they're armed with 2 things. Some idea of what they really want to do or don't want to do, what they want to avoid doing. And a little bit of a working experience to appreciate why it's really important to get high education. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So I think it's good enough. I'll wrap this up now, and I will find my way out of here and goof around and do other things. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll come back again. Please. Okay. Thank you, and have a good night.